investigating one of the world's deadliest diseases, tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, or TB, is a disease caused by the bacteria Mycobacterium tuberculosis. According to the Centers for Disease Control, it usually affects the lungs, but the bacteria can affect all other organs as well. TB is a very contagious disease. The bacteria are spread through the air when a person infected with TB coughs, speaks, or sneezes. A person may be infected with Mycobacterium tuberculosis but show no symptoms, a condition known as latent TB infection. However, this can develop into TB disease if the immune system becomes weakened and your T and B cells can no longer fight the bacteria. According to the Center for Disease Control, symptoms of TB disease include a prolonged severe cough, chest pain and trouble breathing, loss of appetite and weight loss, chills and fever, and the most characteristic symptom, which is coughing up blood. Tuberculosis, also called white plague or consumption, has been a widespread malady even in ancient times. Traces of the bacteria Mycobacterium tuberculosis have been found from Egypt to India, according to newsmedical.net. However, tuberculosis reached its peak in Western Europe in the 1700s. Poor sanitation, overcrowding, and malnutrition led to the disease's rapid spread. Tuberculosis continued spreading, and by the end of the 1800s, 70 to 90% of people living in North America and Europe were infected, according to Harvard University. It caused more deaths in industrialized nations than any other disease. In the late 1800s, the sanatoria movement emerged. By moving tuberculosis patients to isolated areas with pure, dry air, doctors hoped to cure TB naturally and stop the disease's spread. Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Davos, Switzerland, were major sanatoria centers where many people affected with tuberculosis were sent, according to Harvard University. Tuberculosis continued to be a widespread problem until it was nearly wiped out with the invention of antibiotics in the 1940s. However, new drug-resistant strains of the bacteria have recently emerged, causing public health crises in many large cities, according to WebMD.com. Most cases of tuberculosis are treated with a 6 to 9 month course of antibiotics. However, improper or incomplete administration of the medication may lead to the bacteria becoming drug-resistant. Drug-resistant strains of Mycobacterium tuberculosis are more difficult and expensive to treat, often requiring chemotherapy, according to the World Health Organization. Because people with healthy immune systems can often fight off TB disease, it is most common in young children, the elderly, people who do not receive adequate nutrition, and those infected with HIV. According to the World Health Organization, tuberculosis is the leading cause of death in people affected with HIV, causing 25% of AIDS-related deaths. While TB is no longer as widespread as it once was, it is still a major world issue. In 2013, 9 million people became sick with tuberculosis, and 1.5 million died of the disease. The vast majority of tuberculosis deaths, more than 95%, according to the World Health Organization, occur in developing countries, where the medication needed to treat tuberculosis is unavailable. Many people think of tuberculosis as a thing of the past, but the disease is still a widespread global issue. Thanks for watching, and we hope to cross pathogens with you again. Next time. Feel better, America!